Imagine if the thoughts in your mind were like seeds planted in a garden. Whatever you plant, whether it's flowers or weeds, will grow. In the same way, your thoughts have the power to shape the reality around you. That's where the law of attraction comes in. It's not just about wishful thinking, it's about cultivating your mind with intention and clarity. Today, we will dive deep into how Stoicism and the law of attraction work together, guiding us to live a life of purpose and abundance. Don't forget to like and subscribe to help support our journey as we explore this fascinating concept and how it can transform your life. Number 1, the power of thoughts. The law of attraction is based on a simple yet profound idea. What you focus on expands. In Stoicism, the mind is seen as the core of our existence, where every thought leads to an action, and every action shapes our reality. Epictetus once said, "We are disturbed not by things, but by the views we take of them." This quote embodies the connection between Stoic philosophy and the law of attraction. You're more likely to attract positive outcomes when you consistently focus on positive, constructive thoughts. Think of it like training your mind. Just as a bodybuilder lifts weights to shape their body, you must cultivate the right thoughts to shape your reality. This requires conscious effort, mindfully choosing thoughts that align with your goals and rejecting negativity. If your mind is cluttered with fear and self-doubt, you plant weeds in your mental garden. It's crucial to cultivate your mind to think clearly, positively, and with purpose. This is where Stoicism offers a guiding principle. Control what you can. You can't always control external events, but you can control your internal thoughts and reactions. The law of attraction amplifies this concept by showing that when you focus on what you want, rather than what you fear, you shift your energy toward attracting success. Number 2, emotions as magnets. In both the law of attraction and Stoicism, emotions play a central role. When you feel a strong emotional response, whether it's joy, fear, or anger, you send out a signal to the universe, and that signal attracts similar energy back to you. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius emphasized emotional control, teaching that our emotions often cloud our judgment and mislead us into unnecessary suffering. To harness the law of attraction, you must align your emotions with your desires. If you're constantly anxious or worried, you're attracting more anxiety-inducing situations. But if you remain calm, centered, and grateful, you'll attract experiences that match that emotional state. For example, if you're trying to attract success, it's important to embody the feelings of success even before it arrives. Think of yourself as already successful, and the universe will align itself to match that energy. Stoicism teaches us to detach from emotions that do not serve us. By applying this Stoic practice to the law of attraction, you can channel your emotions to manifest what you truly want. Stay grounded, practice emotional resilience, and you'll notice a shift in what you attract. Number 3, visualization and Stoic meditation. Visualization is a key element of the law of attraction. By vividly imagining what you want to achieve, you create a mental blueprint that your subconscious mind can work toward. Stoics practice something similar through meditation, visualizing potential challenges in life and preparing mentally for them. Seneca, for instance, would often visualize potential hardships to strengthen his resolve. In the law of attraction, you visualize the ideal outcome, focusing not on obstacles but on success. Picture the life you want to live, whether it's financial abundance, personal growth, or meaningful relationships, and allow yourself to feel as if you've already achieved it. The clearer your visualization, the more you'll attract the reality that mirrors it. This practice isn't about wishful thinking. It's about mentally rehearsing your future so your mind can guide your actions in the present. Stoicism teaches that preparation is key. Just as a Stoic would prepare for hardship, you should mentally prepare for success by visualizing it daily. Number 4, the importance of action. The law of attraction is not a passive process. You can't just sit and hope things will change. You must take action. This aligns perfectly with Stoicism, where taking deliberate action is essential to living a virtuous life. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This reflects the idea that obstacles should push us forward, not hold us back. The law of attraction requires action to complement thought. If you visualize success but don't take the necessary steps to achieve it, you won't get very far. Action turns intention into reality. Start by breaking down your goals into actionable steps. If you're working toward financial freedom, for example, map out the steps you need to take, whether it's learning new skills, networking, or saving money, and consistently take action toward them. Action also helps strengthen your belief in the process. The more you act, the more results you see, which in turn reinforces your faith in the law of attraction. It's a cycle that builds momentum over time, as long as you stay committed. Number 5, aligning with nature's flow. Stoicism emphasizes living in accordance with nature, accepting the flow of life while focusing on what's within our control. The law of attraction takes this one step further by teaching us how to flow with the universe's energy, aligning our desires with the natural order of things. When you resist life's flow, focusing on what you lack or what's not going your way, you disrupt the energy you need to attract positivity. But when you embrace the natural rhythm of life, letting go of outcomes and trusting the process, you open yourself to abundance. This is why Stoics often remind us to accept what comes and focus on our internal responses. The universe will align with you when you stop resisting and start aligning your thoughts and emotions with what you truly desire. It's about releasing resistance and letting life unfold. The more you align with the natural flow of life, the easier it becomes to manifest your goals. Number 6, gratitude as an accelerator. Gratitude is a powerful tool in both the law of attraction and Stoicism. The Stoics believed in practicing gratitude daily, recognizing that everything we experience, even challenges, has value. The law of attraction teaches that gratitude amplifies your ability to manifest what you desire. By focusing on what you're grateful for, you create a positive emotional state that attracts more of the same into your life. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, shift your mindset toward what you do have. This shift is transformative. It changes your energy from one of lack to one of abundance. For example, instead of worrying about not having enough money, be grateful for the financial resources you currently possess. This shift opens you up to receiving more. Stoicism emphasizes contentment with what we already have. By embracing gratitude, you increase your chances of attracting more into your life, simply by shifting your focus. Number 7, releasing doubt. One of the biggest barriers to successfully applying the law of attraction is doubt. Doubt is like a mental anchor that keeps you from moving forward. Stoicism teaches us to question the validity of our doubts. As Epictetus said, it is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. When you allow doubt to control your thoughts, you block yourself from learning, growing, and manifesting your desires. Doubt creates conflicting signals in your mind. On the one hand, you want something, but on the other hand, you doubt whether you can achieve it. The universe responds to these mixed signals by giving you more doubt and uncertainty. To counter this, start by identifying the source of your doubts. Is it fear of failure? Is it a lack of self-worth? Once you know where it's coming from, you can address it and reframe your thoughts. A Stoic approach is to focus only on what is within your control. Release the need to control outcomes and focus on your thoughts, actions, and beliefs. When doubt arises, acknowledge it, but don't let it dictate your future. Number 8, detaching from the outcome. Detachment is a core Stoic principle that aligns perfectly with the law of attraction. The more you cling to a specific outcome, the more resistance you create. In the law of attraction, attachment is seen as a form of fear. The fear that if you don't get what you want, you'll be unhappy or incomplete. Stoicism teaches us to detach from outcomes while still striving for excellence in everything we do. By focusing on the process rather than the result, you create a state of flow. This flow allows you to attract what you want without creating unnecessary tension. For example, if you're working toward a promotion, focus on doing your job well rather than constantly worrying about whether you'll get promoted. The less you cling to the outcome, the more likely it is to manifest. This mindset shift helps reduce anxiety, leaving you free to take action without the burden of constant worry. It allows the universe to bring your desires to you in unexpected ways. Number 9, consistency and patience. The law of attraction isn't an overnight solution. Just as a Stoic trains daily to improve their character and mental resilience, the law of attraction requires consistent effort over time. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that the obstacle is the way, meaning that challenges are part of the journey. Likewise, in the law of attraction, patience is key. You won't see immediate results, and that's okay. Focus on making small, consistent changes in your thoughts and actions. Over time, these efforts compound, leading to bigger shifts in your reality. Think of it like planting a seed. It doesn't grow into a tree overnight, but with water, sunlight, and care, it will flourish. Trust the process, remain patient, and keep aligning your thoughts and actions with your goals. Number 10, Stoic wisdom in everyday life. Finally, to truly harness the power of the law of attraction, you must integrate these principles into your daily life. Stoicism teaches us that wisdom is not something you acquire once and forget. It's a daily practice. The law of attraction works similarly. You must make it a part of your everyday routine. Whether it's through meditation, visualization, or simply being mindful of your thoughts, it's the consistent application of these principles that brings success. By living intentionally, focusing on what you want to attract, and practicing Stoic virtues like patience, emotional control, and gratitude, you can create a life filled with abundance. Your mind is the most powerful tool you possess. Use it wisely. The law of attraction is just a reflection of the energy you put out into the world. So start today by aligning your thoughts, actions, and emotions with the life you want to live. In conclusion, combining the wisdom of Stoicism with the principles of the law of attraction allows you to create a life of intention, balance, and abundance. By focusing on what you can control, maintaining emotional discipline, practicing gratitude, and trusting the process, you set the foundation for manifesting your desires. The key is to live with purpose, aligning your thoughts, actions, and emotions with the outcomes you want to attract. Ultimately, both Stoicism and the law of attraction teach that the power to shape your reality lies within you. Use this power wisely to cultivate the life you truly want.